So I wanted to get on and share this really quick message with you about an experience that I had yesterday. And this was such a profound, beautiful moment for me because I really needed it. So everybody struggles. We all have moments where we forget our worth. We all have moments where we feel imposter syndrome. We all have moments where we have a hard time speaking up or admitting something or asking for our needs to be met or letting people know when we feel unvalued or unseen, or there's just all these moments that can pop up in our life, and it can get us into this kind of spiral of looking at ourselves in a negative lens or seeing all of our flaws and the things that we don't necessarily like about ourselves. We might start to really think about, oh, I wish I would have done this. I wish I would have said this. I should have been different in this way. Whatever that might be, there could be so many things that can go through your head. And I think about the times where I go into this pattern of my ego where I start projecting shame out, or I start projecting the pain that I've had in my own energy and trauma in life outward onto the people I love, or experiences in my life where I'm not embracing the beauty around me the way that I likely could in the moment. And I had this moment yesterday, and it was such a moment of clarity for me that I wanted to share it with you because it helped me, and I imagine that this might help you as well. But suddenly I had this like download or insight from source energy, from what we would call God. And it was almost like I could see through the lens of this truth and energy of the divine. For just a moment, I got a little tiny glimpse of the way our spirit team sees us, the way source energy sees us, the way our higher self sees us, the way our angels see us. And it was pure. It was pure love. It was pure kindness. It was pure truth of this energetic understanding of what the divine is, what we would imagine God to be as pure love. And I'm not talking about the religious God. I'm not talking about the egotistic human understanding that we have developed of the being that we call God, of this energy. I'm talking about the authentic truth and the reality of what this energy is outside our comprehension as a human. And I started to be brought to these moments in my life where I could see little tiny frequencies of love coming out of my energy. And it started with yesterday. I went to go take a shower, and there was a spider in the shower. And for a moment I kind of freaked out, but then I, remembered, oh, this spider, wants to live just as much as me. The spider wants to be loved just as me. Maybe not in a conscious way, but when I'm loving something, I'm loving myself. And so I got something to get it out of the tub and took it outside. Moments where I've stopped to save a turtle going across the road, moments I've put the grocery cart back at the grocery store, moments that I have stopped to think about another person and gave my time and energy to support and love them or to listen to them, moments where I've let somebody merge in front of me on the road when they seem to be in a hurry, and maybe I wasn't that moment in that day. Like all these little tiny acts of kindness that we put into the world that we don't even really think make a big difference or make a big deal. And the way that source showed this to me was those moments are our pure magic. Those moments are our truth. Those moments are the exact replica of who this energy is that we come from God. those are our authentic version. That's the part of us that is eternal. And as I'm thinking about the truth of that beauty that we hold within ourselves, that the little glimmers of love that we spread around the world, how beautiful those acts are. And if we were to be more intentional when we were in those acts to see our own beauty, to see our own truth being reflected out, the truth of the divine in us, how much more powerful would those moments be? Instead of just thinking, oh, I'm just doing this just because it's the right thing to do, doing this because this is the loving thing to do. This is the kind thing to do. This is the thing that uplifts humanity and the consciousness of the earth. By me taking a moment to notice or to be present in the energy of love, I'm actually raising the vibration of the earth. And I know a lot of people look around at people, maybe creators or spiritual teachers or people in the world that seem to have kind of an influence, and you may not think I will ever have that type of influence. I will never be able to do something like that. But you are doing something like that by every single little act of kindness, every single act of love, every single act of giving of your authentic version of the truth of who you are. That love is the only part of you that is eternal. And when Source looks at you, when God looks at you, when your guides look at you, when your higher self looks at you, that is the part it sees. And that's the part it wants to continue to draw out of you. But it wants you to see that about yourself. And when you begin to see those things about yourself, you change your perspective of who you are. And then that is what flows through you more easily than the things that maybe you think are negative, or the things that you wouldn't think that were, something that gave you worth or value. And so I just want to give you this challenge today to pay attention to who you are on that level, to the even the very smallest moments where you are giving love and being kindness in the world, and understand that that alone is the power of you changing the frequency of the earth and helping it to vibrate at a new energy, and bringing and ushering in the new earth 5D energy. That is where we're heading, is the abundance of love, kindness, and compassion, and it being our prominent energy. And can you imagine a world where we are all capable of holding that energy together and remembering to have grace and compassion for each other when we don't show up that way, and reminding and leading ourselves and those around us back into that truth of who they are without guilt, shame, or belittling, and allowing our own trigger to get in the way of how we receive and give love. When we come out of this egotistic world, when we come out of this physical experience, when we get back to source energy, we will reflect on everything in our lives. We will reflect on every moment of our life. We will reflect on everything we felt, everything we said, everything that we shared with the world. But we're not only going to do it for our own selves, we're going to get the perspective of everything and everyone around us. We're going to see how we made people feel. We're going to see how that act of generosity or that act of sudden anger is impacting the world around you. And the energy that you hold within you, we don't really grasp how powerful that is and how important that is as well. So your intentions and the way that you believe about yourself is a reflection of how you share yourself with the world. And I want to give you this reminder today because I needed it yesterday. And does that mean today I won't have bad thoughts, or I won't go back into a shame spiral where I will, think I'm not good enough and I need to perform or act different? I probably will. But at least I have this to come back to. At least I have this to lean back into, to bring me back into alignment of my true self and who I really am. And I give that to you as well today. That is who you really are. And I am believing that those of you that need to receive this message today will find this and that you will carry it with you for the rest of your life. So I wish you the best day, night, evening, whatever time it is for you. I send you all the universal love. Namaste.